no more large-scale battles for us, please.
All right, guys, we're here with week 15 of King Arthur Pendragon. Let me know in Twitch chat or and YouTube comment section how you feel about these new markers that we have. Because now we've got the characters' names, so you know who the hell we're talking about. But if you look closely in the lower right-hand corner, it also lists people's names, so when we're addressing each other, you have some idea. This is a new thing I'm working on, maybe stylize it a bit more, but let me know your thoughts, audience, because it's all for you. It's for you, friends. I've basically slept through the past 3 days. I've been sick as hell. And I have nothing going on other than watching exactly one anime show. That's about it. That we just talked about off screen. So yeah! Kroama, how are you this week? And that one anime show we talked about.
Fairly exhausted from starting to get used to my job a little bit more. I'm starting to actually feel helpful there.
That's
Still
good.
no Kingmaker, though, because of it.
That's bad.
Yeah, that's bad. But work is important, and it's nice to be able to finally get my foot in the veterinary assistant door. So I can start getting experience.
Awesome. Got anything else going on?
Not worth noting.
Alright, cool. Hi, how are you doing this week?
I'm doing pretty good. I just got back from a bar mitzvah, one of my brother's friends.
I don't want to do some of my fake Yiddish. Did you slept with all of the sandwiches and you were kibitzing in the corner with all of the... I forget the young female word. My Yiddish is terrible. Also fake. I assume it was enjoyable, Kai. Was it enjoyable?
Not really. It was listening. I'm not Jewish. And
You don't have to be Jewish to enjoy a... I guess you're not old enough to enjoy a bar mitzvah properly yet.
Well, it wasn't. I didn't get to go to the party.
You didn't
Listening.
get to have all the nice alcohol.
I didn't even get to eat the food. I left before the party. I just got to see them talking about their god.
Alright.
Yeah, I also, been playing Smite a lot, so...
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a different kind of MOBA type thing.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's like a lot more action-based, and there's no way to like really play it like completely well.
I'm a big fan of Heroes of the Storm, but that's me. I think that, yeah, I mean, there was like Dota and all that crap, and then like Smite went one direction and Heroes of the Storm went another, and now everybody's like, I don't know where to go!
I haven't tried Heroes yet. I've wanted to look into it, but I'm just like, oh, hey, I want to look into it for a couple minutes, but oh, it's a 5 gigabyte download. I can't do that right now. I've got to go somewhere in a couple minutes. Yeah. I also got 1,000 magic cards.
What? Got any Black Lotuses in there?
Black Lotuses?
Yeah. One of the best magic cards.
No, I just went on Amazon because I'm joining a magic group and just bought 1,000 big
I
box of
assume
1,000.
you bought 1,000 slivers then. That's how you win, is you play slivers.
What are slivers?
So slivers are, whenever you play a sliver, gain this. So all slivers have like a teamwork bonus that they give to all the other slivers. So yeah,
Think
you can
like
play
the
like...
magic card version of Breck.
Yeah, kind of. Except
But no.
more like, it's more like Zerglings. But then you end up with like slivers that... So most of them are like 1-1 or 2-2. And by the end of the game, if you have a lot of slivers, you end up with like 5-5 slivers with trample, overrun, and flying, and protection from whatever color the enemy is, so they can't be affected by spells. And you're just like, sup, bitch? Sliver deck! You just got beat by a bunch of 1-1s!
But no, I just bought 1,000 random ones just because it was like $20 for like...
I feel like you are a red-black dude. I think that would
I think you should be playing a Goblin deck or something like that.
Yeah, well, that would be red, and then I feel a little black. Red-black.
No, I've been more of a green, white person.
Really? That's surprising to me. Okay. I just feel like with your killing and your instant killing, I really feel like red-black is like destroy target card, Destroy target card. X amount of damage. 3 damage. Fork it. Sacrifice fork. Sacrifice fork.
Well, actually,
I just played my whole hand, bitch. Everything you
By
got
the-
said.
By the way, the white one for some reason is the one that like kills everything else.
White's been getting weird in the recent years. It used to be
Yeah.
all about like flying, teamwork, bonding stuff, and now
The-
it's like, hey, I got a 3/3 angel. What's up? I
Yeah,
paid
it's
1
more like
mana
just-
for it.
There's more like it's like there's a lot of like exile and like destroy target creature. It's just like, wow, that's pretty brutal for a deck for a color dedicated to life.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah. So
Anything
that's
else going on?
I just got back from a 3-day camping trip yesterday.
That sounds terrifying. I went outside to grill for 2 hours today. I came back inside and I was like, all right, I need a water bottle, a bucket of ice, a melting here.
Actually, no, it was super cold. We live in Idaho.
Of course.
It actually snowed on us the last day.
Well, that sounds a bit better. I like cold. Cold is nice.
Well, I think I've gone long enough with my introduction.
All right. Anosh! It's nice to have you back,
Yeah.
buddy. How's it going?
Good to be back. Well, let's see. It's been crazy at work. Like been working weekends and stuff. I also did a bit of trekking actually. Not camping so much as like just a day trek. That was good fun. We got bullied by some monkeys, or they tried to at least. That's a whole different story. Yeah. And I got the flu like on Friday, so I will do my best not to cough / sneeze on mic for the session.
All right.
And I'm very curious to see what's going to happen now that Salisbury just got its ass kicked in battle.
Yeah. Yeah, we did go over that very quickly, how that happened. Speaking of Erik, how have you been since last week?
Well, other than kind of licking my ego after contributing to the complete downfall of the county.
Yeah, what I
This
like
last
is
week.
that even the audience blames you, but I know that it was actually all Sasha's fault.
It was just that
It was Sasha's fault, but everyone is
Oh.
literally jumping to shove it down Adewald's throat, which is
I like
Oh,
to believe that
Sasha's
Sasha
dead.
is-
yeah.
I also like to believe that Sasha's more likable.
Yeah.
Doesn't make enemies.
Oh boy. So how have you been since last week?
Pretty good. The adventures with Ajax continue. Body training was very successful this last week, and sleep is better, so
That's
overall very good. And then I spent the rest of the week playing way too much Europa Universalis.
I
Which
have
is an
heard
awesome
of that game.
It is amazing. Love it. But it's like Civ, where it will suck you in and you will spend 50 hours and you're like, wait, where'd the time go?
Did I have a life before this?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I get sucked in by Civilizations way too easily.
Well, it is a game that requires hours upon hours just to finish one game.
Yeah, but the problem with Civilizations, you're just like, I just need one more turn to reach that plateau that I was hoping to end at. And right before you get there, you're like, but wait, I also want to start this wonder over here. And, oh, well, turns out Siam needs some diplomacy, and, oh no, there's a third war starting. Oh, I better deal with that. And then, like, 2 hours later, you're like, as soon as I end this war, I'm gonna stop.
Europa is the exact same way on
Yep.
that.
All right, so I will do a quick political review here, because now we have a map, and we even have this nice little chart thing telling us everything that's happening. So this was requested by the audience because they had no idea what was happening. So in the south, we have the counties of Lyoness, Tintagel, Totes, Devon, and Yagant have all been unified under Idris of Devon, We also have Prince Sinric, or more correctly, Atheling Sinric, and King Cerdic, also known as well, I guess they still call him King in Saxon terms. King Cerdic of Wessex, which consists of Dorset, Somerset, and the Isle of Wight, which is the tiny island right below Dorset, who have allied themselves with the Salisbury West Silchester alliance. Now, Southport's, in the story, was supposed to have been taken by Cerdic, but unfortunately, in the story that we had, Sir Marcus, aka Anosh, sent them sideways and had the Isle of Wight fight be much harder than anticipated, and so Southport's was never taken and currently belongs to the forces of Essex, which include Essex, Hampshire, East Silchester, Rittachan, Hertford, Huntingdon, Fens, Essex, and Sussex.
We really screwed history over, didn't we?
Hell yeah. I'm so glad I did history in the game somehow, just a little bit, even if it doesn't affect us.
Oh, it affects us.
As long as we're on the east side of the map here, Kent is held by a different Atheling force, and Anglia is currently not held by anybody. It has, like, no local lords. It's got no Saxon presence. It's basically like a giant neutral zone. Speaking of neutral zones, Camliard, in the center of everywhere, is currently under threat between Lindsey and Esquivalin. Complete neutrality can be found in Tribute, Brunn, and Lunzep. Also, surprisingly, right in the center of a bunch of forces is Marlborough, which has been host to a number of fights, including the fight at Donington, and the fight at Uffington, and the fight at the first fight that you guys had against the De Wallingford brothers took place in Marlborough rather than in Rittachan. Okay, so as we head north and west, we're going to start with our good friend King Orcus, who has a hit out for Aidwald. Definitely wants to kill the shit out of him. King Orcus has united Estragales and Cardigan. And it's said he's been looking to travel further east. Esquivalin has put together an extremely, extremely loose alliance. They do not owe loyalty to King Nanteliode of Esquivalin. But they basically said, if shit goes down, we're there to back you, bro. And that's Esquivalin, Gloucester, Clarence, Warensis, Galvoy, Orofoys, Cheshire, and part of Camliard. And in the northeast, we have the Duke of Lindsey controlling Lindsey, Bettigrain, Lambor, and the other part of Camliard. So there we go. And I think probably you guys we were still at the feast, right? So there's probably like a map, and someone is talking to Sir Marcus about it, because Sir Marcus is so learned.
Oh shit, I just closed it off. Damn it. Where'd it go? And out. And out. The 491, 493 map? That's the last one we were looking at? No, political map 499.
Political map 499.
Alright.
So, I mean, yes, you do get to see that over the next few years, Esquivalin will move on King Orcus. The Angles will land in Anglia. And this year, Yagant is going to make, or well, more correctly, the Duke of Idris is going to make a move on Wessex.
Yep. This map doesn't really show it shows Esquivalin. Doesn't show Estragales on it, unfortunately.
So, just out of curiosity, where is the Forest Sauvage in this whole thing?
Right here. Right in the middle of the neutral zone, surprisingly. What's that? No one wants to go into it?
You know who we are.
Sounds like a
Starship
good
Enterprise,
place
we're
for
going
a
into
guy
it.
who has a entire kingdom with a hit out on him. Several kingdoms with hits out on him to go.
I think Cindric was also seeking rallying to his fight or double tribute, something like that.
So who are we aligned with again?
You have currently the
Surdic.
rest of your party has decided that they are going to align with Surdic, and that Salisbury forces are acting as you've given your loyalty to Surdic for the year to Wessex, and you have also given your troops. So
Such as they are.
yeah, so Salisbury and West Silchester march under
Troops.
Surdic's banner this year. So, still at this feast, of course, is Prince Mark, who represents his father, Idres of Devon. And, you know, he's there looking to hire mercenaries. Also is Cynric of Wessex, who would like to speak privately with you regarding your plans for this year. And the Countess. And there's intrigue. Actually, I went and wrote up a bunch of custom intrigues if anybody wanted to try to delve into that.
Some more intrigue?
Make the roll.
Sure.
Yeah, more intrigues. So what do you guys want to do? So the way I see this is like the show comes back from, you know, the title screen, and it's some old man, probably like a steward of some kind, that's been sent from Wessex to inform Sir Marcus the Learned what the political situation is. You know, they were looking for like the court smart dude, you know. What do they call it in Game of Thrones? The Maester? They were looking for the court Maester, and they found Sir Marcus the Learned.
The Learned.
He's more like the zealous now, but okay, yeah.
Yeah. Aidwald, Colleen, you guys both try to go and do some intrigues. And
Everyone hates me so much that they just give me bad looks when I move by them.
Yeah, it reverses around. Like, it's not that you don't learn anything, it's that people are learning stuff from you. So I think with Aidwald specifically, like, the only people who will talk to you at this point are the Saxons. The visiting Saxons.
Wow.
And they all spend their whole time like, so, Aidwald, I heard about that total catastrophe that you managed. So sad that Salisbury lost all its forces. And then, like, he puts his hand on your shoulder. It's a good thing that Wessex and Prince Cynric is here to back you up. Otherwise, who knows what could happen to Salisbury? Anyone could attack it. So, I think that your intrigue, it just ends up with, like, some Saxon dude getting you in a corner with some drink and just veiled threats that are like, if you weren't allied with us, we might attack you. It's a good thing we're all friends here, though, right?
Yeah.
Colleen,
All right.
what distracts or stops you during your intrigue?
Sorry, I'm muted. I don't know. Probably just like shame. I just like everyone probably just looks away from me. Just at this point, probably just maybe just like anger at my survival and all these people died who were like fighting next to me.
Okay, so it's not that other people's shame, it's your personal shame. Like, you're just too afraid to talk to people because you're like, no, they must see me as some kind of, like, coward, something like that. Alright. Sir Marcus, why do you fail?
Probably because Marcus
good
is
rolls.
so
Out of
angry
touch
and
with
annoyed
stuff.
and distracted, yeah, by the fact that, like, we're now, like, he's been working diligently towards ensuring we do not ally with any Saxons, and now he finds that we are allied with them.
So, yeah, I think that what happens is, like, you're trying to get intrigue, perhaps from this, like, Saxon courier who's speaking with you, and he does the exact same thing as what happened to Aidwald. Like, you guys are both talking around the point, you're like, being vague and kind of learned, you know, being subtle. And And maybe there's like some sniping. Do you feel like that's like sniping? Like you would say something like a veiled insult?
Yeah, that sounds about
Yeah,
accurate.
and at some point, the man would just like put his glasses down on the table, and just like shake his head and like stroke his white curly beard and just be like, "Sir Marcus, I apologize. I do not have the strength to bandy words with you. The simple fact of the matter is that your loyalties toward the Saxons are known, and we simply do not care. So long as Salisbury continues to submit to our rule, we will have no problem with you." And then, like, he leaves. He just, boom, drops the mic and leaves and won't talk to you any further. You're not going to get any information out of him. So, Sir Sieve.
So Civ, please.
Civ. Do you really have a 20 entry?
We went over that last time.
Yep, you're a son of a bitch. Yeah, that's the best part about not remembering your skills. It feels like I say the same thing every time. Like, wow, do you really have a plus 46 to defense there, Aidwald? Or, Breck?
When I was younger, I was taught several things from Sir Dobbin.
Of course. Who do you feel like you talk to get some intrigue?
Previously, I had already talked to handmaidens and those like, so I'll probably go to several knights, preferably from Salisbury or those that know the ongoings of the eastern side.
You already picked up some information about Lady Jenna, correct?
Yes.
Is there something in particular you're looking for this time around?
I heard some information about Prince Mark seeking to fight Cornwall. Maybe more information on that.
Okay, yeah. So you speak with Prince Mark, or maybe one of Mark's like squires or patrons.
Indirectly, yes.
Yeah. So it's probably a 16-year-old boy. It looks like he's probably well on his way to becoming a knight. You know, he's obviously a squire, but he's got very rich clothing, and he seems more like someone who's going to become a knight and then like retire to a manor house rather than be a battle knight. You know, he's very kind of foppish and what we would consider comical, but in those days they would consider like well-read, well-groomed. You know, not really huge, muscly, buff dude, but more like, I can read. And that makes me better than 99% of the country. Yeah, and so he kind of like puts his book down when maybe you guys sit like chairs back to back, you know, and then he like puts his book down and just kind of talks toward the book, but angles it so it reflects off a wall and comes back to you. Are you trying to read his book?
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I know the name. I don't think I've seen that one before.
What language are you trying to read? Latin?
I was just trying. That's the read skill. So.
Yeah, it's in German. So
yeah,
you try to read it. You have no idea what it says. And the young man turns towards you and says, Sir...
Civ is my name.
And then he turns back and faces the wall. He's like, Sir Civ, I understand that there is a need among Salisbury to quickly gain military experience and money. My master, Sir Mark, Prince Mark of Idris, is looking for a number of people to ally with him. Perhaps if you would speak to your countess on our behalf, or any disaffected knights. If there are any you know who need quick money and are willing to fight against this unholy Atheling alliance with the Wessex, we would take you in. We would give you anonymous colors under our Foreign Legion banner, and we would fight them at Somerset and Dorset. With the pressure on them, perhaps your countess could negotiate better terms. Either way, it will work out much better for you.
Seeks anonymous aid. Basically to attack the people we're allied with now.
Yes.
Although, you know, the aid that right now Salisbury could offer is not very hefty. Even those that might consider it would not be many.
So when you say that, he picks his book back up and starts, like, fingering through it, like, and doesn't speak for a couple seconds, and then says, My understanding is that while you may have lost many of your peasants, you do have a core of hardened veteran knights, many with very extreme battle experience and strategy tactics. There are some who speak of a very learned man who lives here, Sir Marcus. It is said that he is skilled at siege. With a man like that on our side, he would be worth 10, 100 knights. Men like that abound in Salisbury. Some say it is the county of heroes. And you can't see it because you're sitting back to back, but he's kind of like smirking right now, like, yeah, I'm talking some serious bullshit right now, but I know you're going to buy it.
I'm buying it. I suppose that's all we could potentially offer, is experience. Both in victory and in loss.
Yes, I have heard of your recent disastrous attack on London. However, think of it this way. How much will ale